Hello, peeps. It's your girl, Ozie Ejiofor, the daughter of Norwegian people, the one whose flash of her teeth brings out money from your pockets. So it's been trending for some 3 days now concerning Verydarkblackman, the Efcc, and Nigeria entirely, and the GTB. Sorry, I didn't mention the GTB. I've worked as a broadcaster for 12 years and a half. By September, I'll be 13 years. And I majored in investigative. That's my major. So half the time, most very secret things, we go a long way to unravel them. Very, very secret things. I pay for information. But here is the thing. During my training, you will be taught something. At least even if you're a paramilitary, you will be taught something, never to disclose your parrot. A parrot is someone who gives you information. You're going to be warned intrinsically, never ever to disclose your parrot, no matter what the problem is. Most youth in Nigeria love Verydarkblackman, including my humble self. For some reason, I like him a lot. But I've seen some couple of activists in various countries and watched them really closely, because for you to soar very much in a particular venture, you must have someone who is like your model, like an instructional material that you work with. Someone whom you look up to, you know, and you wish and aspire and hope that one day you would be like the person. Let me begin by saying that Nigeria is a very lawless country. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. The country is so lawless that it has penchant way of dealing with nonsense. That means most people can do anything and get away with it. You can actually do anything and get away with it. If someone can say, go into APC and your sins are forgiven, and that word is taken for granted, everything goes. Everything just has to go. It's not a place where people are held accountable. You're only going to be held accountable if you don't have a serious godfather who has your back, or you're not submissive, or you think you can do it by yourself. You're not aligning with the powers that be to help you get out of a given problem. Then you will die put. They will jail you. That's how the country works. There are lots of things that people know, not just me. There are lots of things that people know in this country that they cannot say for some reasons. There are lots of things that people know in this country that they really cannot say. Be it in the police, be it in the army, be it in the civil defense, immigration, name it. There are lots of things that people know about various apparatus in Nigeria that you really cannot say. Not because you cannot say them because you don't have mouth to say them, but because it's a lawless country where when you say them, one person somewhere will instruct your arrest, and somehow you get missing in a jiffy. If they don't kill you, then they malhandle you and nothing happens. And really, nothing happens. In 2024, a girl called Maria Hazel Angob, a Filipino, she wrote me as a presenter, requesting for my help, saying that one guy who is a PA to the former governor of the Enugu State, Mrs. Cecilia Ezilo, that her PA defrauded her. And it was like IGM. A lot of guys do that, especially in Enugu. It's not a new thing. Agomari strategy. He lured the girl so much that the girl had to spend a lot of money on him willingly. Even brought him to Philippines. She showed me the pictures. Niced him up, bought him a lot of gifts. And then immediately he returned back to Nigeria. He turned into something else and stopped answering her call. First, he began with a fake picture. Later on, he showed his real picture. Then later on, she wanted to bring him over to Philippines to nail him. And when he came, he osakwa isi, you know, and then she submitted. And when he returned back, he felt he had achieved what he wanted to achieve and then let her go. Then she felt really bad and started demanding for a certain amount of $8,100. $8,100. When I inquired to know if she gave this money in a whole to him as borrow or for whatever, she said no. It's just one bulk money that she knows she spent on him that she needs back. And that girl is going everywhere, including the embassy of Philippines. If you're looking for Philippines visa, you ought to be very careful, because you're going to tell them what you're going to Philippines to do because of the case of that girl. A lot of people have been denied visa, as I heard. I don't know how many. But the Philippines embassy are not taking that particular case for granted, especially when the Philippines have visited the EFCC in Abuja and have made it clear that this girl is our citizen. She has been defrauded by X person, and please help us get this back. They got the money back, $8,100, but have refused to remit it back to that girl, according to what the girl said. So nobody in Nigeria will pretend as if they do not know the kind of funny country that we live in. Nobody will just relax and say, I don't know that various parastatals in the country are bad. You will be deceiving yourself. Now, the Filipino embassy are very decisive on our visa application. You must tell what you're going there to do, because they see us as mediocres. Haven't told this girl that you've recovered her money. What stops you from giving her back her money? All you're saying is there is no prima facie on the case. It was done out of consent, and therefore your legal team has said that you're not going to give her back her money. Why did you call a GK Zilo to collect the $8,100? Since you're not going to remit the money back to the owner of the money. That means it is a deliberate act to put this our country in a bad light every time. By the higher minds. Very deliberately. When it was in Enugu, when it was a case for Enugu, I told the girl I cannot handle your case as an investigator. You know why? Because I live in Enugu. And Cecilia Zilo, then it was Buruburu that was on par. Buruburu, I have a healthy relationship with him. I don't know the GK Zilo in question. But I cannot help you as a presenter here. Let me refer you to someone else. In fact, the girl was surfing the net. I didn't refer her to anybody. She used herself, got somebody in Abuja who helped her with the case and processed the case from start to finish until that money was recovered. But till today, as we speak, that $8,100 has never been given back to the girl. Even when the embassy had written EFCC haven't even deemed it fit to give that embassy that money to give to the girl, or give to the girl the money by themselves. So, EFCC and their base, a very long thing. Very, very long thing. Day before yesterday, I was also watching, what does that guy call himself? Frank. His name is Frank. He's from Akwa Ibom. He's very intelligent. He can call the name of all the governors in Nigeria. Who remembers that guy that I'm talking about? He was really analyzing the chairman of Efcc on Channels Television and was reminding him that he's actually a pastor or a reverend or even a man of God. But that it looks like he's only Yahoo boys, that the rod is so high and the hammer is so high on that he can slam at a given time. You can imagine how Maria Hazel Angor has made a mockery out of this country because of also EFCC. A lot of presenters have heard this case, but I'm sure nobody has had the courage to say this out just the same way I am saying it now. She has written several letters to the organization, Monday reply, which means that the country is just hell-bent on painting itself black by its workers somehow. You know, a patch, her name leak. You know, a patch, her name leak. It's a terrible phenomenon, especially for those who are charged with recovering of funds and safeguarding of people's lives and properties. It's not even a laughing matter, especially for a commission that is charged with the recovery of stolen funds. Why collect the money from the said guy and why not give it back to the girl, knowing that you know already that this is a case of boyfriend and girlfriend? Why do you not tell that boy to do the needful by giving the girl back her money? The matter don't cast. They rather collected the money and kept it for themselves. And the girl is hell-bent, very head-bent on making sure that that money gets to her any which way. In no time, Keta, you will hear a legal action against the EFCC. Though they are not scared of any legal action, they are not scared of anything whatsoever, as a matter of fact. They are not scared at all. When people who work for a commission like that place are also charged with corruption, that is to tell you that Ishimongwe Pofugo, Magu, the same thing. The other guy who just left, the same thing. When people who are heads of this kind of commission are charged with stealing the stolen fund to themselves and nothing has been done, what are we talking about? What are we really talking about? Let me bring it down to Verydarkman. You see, there's something that I know for sure, and it has kept me going. No matter what I know, no matter whom I think I am, or what level I think I have attained in my life as a small journalist, you cannot challenge authority. That's one thing I've known over time. And this has kept me going for so long. You cannot challenge authority. I'll beg my very black dark man to please take lead with the very activists in other countries. It will be nice so that you would at least live longer and longer, because I see he's a very young guy. The reason is their country may be slightly better than ours. Otherwise, Ours may be better than theirs. But so far it is Africa. I don't trust them at all. There are things that when you know, you apply diplomacy in trying to pass the message. Onya wara amarala. The person whom you're talking to already knows you're talking to him. And you know, because Nigeria is a country that can misquote people and redirect a message, you need to also be very careful and be guarded. Not to talk of the ones you say with your mouth that you may or may not be able to defend. There are so many bad skeletons in most commissions and most parastatals in this country that when people say them, you'll be shocked at what happens in there. I'll give you an instance. Our Senate President, Senator Akpabio Godswill, was on a national TV and was facing a committee on the corrupt and corruption charges in NDDC. And when the seat was so hot for Akpabio, he began to mention them and asked them who are asking him the same question. You people, when they ask me this question, no you now they get the contract on a national TV. And everywhere was shocked and dumb. And they muted the microphone as if we weren't human beings watching the TV. And you could hear people stuttering on a national TV. And that's how Senator Akpabio made away with NDDC scandal till today. Nothing happened. When Ifemenu, nothing happened. Because he told them that it is the same you people in the National Assembly, State Assembly and Senate that are getting the contract from the same NDDC. So how dare you come and bring people to even come and ask me various questions in the guise of probing me? Or asking me very foolish questions. When it's you people that are getting the contracts. It's okay. Now I'm going to give you an instance. Nigeria is very good at pointing fingers where there are none. Somebody like Nnamdi Kanu has been charged with terrorism. They've never seen him with a gun. They've never seen him with a machete. His gun and his machete are his mouth. But they've charged him with terrorism. That's the country that we are in. Because he tells them the way it is and they know